Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, Canvas and Yarn. Okay, I'm wearing this little thing I made last night actually, and it didn't take me too long, and I've been wanting to make one for a while. So it's a cute little bandana, and this one is okay and I like it. It's a little bit different of a pattern than what I'm going to try today. But it's a little too thick of material, too thick of yarn. I noticed that it's just too stiff, so it's still cute though. But I started a pattern, and I think I like it better. Well, I hate saying that if I like something better or not, but I have to give my opinion sometimes. I just want to say it's a little easier than the one I first tried, and now I'm trying to locate my glasses, in which I made the tutorial for the lanyard for, which actually, the lanyard, if I could find it, the reason why I made it out of that yarn in the first place is because it matches the lanyard I made recently, and I only got the blue one on hand. Where's the green one? This is the blue one I made out of cotton yarn. Yeah, cotton yarn, right? And then I thought I put the other one in my bag too. Here it is. And this one's out of acrylic yarn. So that was why I chose this yarn to make my set here. Out of the for the the bandana and the lanyard to match. I'm gonna point the fan at me, and it's gonna go to my microphone. It's just too hot today, and yeah, I'm just sitting here comfortable in my bed, and I thought I would do a video for this beautiful Thursday. It's already nice and warm. It's like 70 degrees already, and it's only 7:40 in the morning. So it's either going to stay that degrees or it's going to get hotter. But so, as I showed you in the last video, this one goes right here. And why not? So for the convenience of having a place to put your glasses real quick like. And then other than that, I'm already sweating. I really got to lean towards getting a new desk because I could pull it up to my bedside, this one that I had in mind, and it's really cute. It's just a white one, and it folded up and down, and it had the wheels, and it was a good size one, like a drafting table, I would say. And birdies are nice and awake today. Hear them? So I can clear out my corner because the desk I have, I've said it 100 times, but it's just too small to do crochet on and a video at the same time. I've tried it and I didn't like it. So outside of just trying to organize my room again for the 100th time for my yarn, and in the previous video I mentioned that I wanted to work on some new stuff, like not just yarn, because I do have my artwork. I stirred off topic, sorry. I just wanted to explain on that a little bit more, but not too much more, because I'm trying to make it kind of like a surprise type thing as I go, and a surprise for you and me. Sometimes I don't know what the heck I'm going to do until that day. And let's see, so let's just say, for instance, my granddaughter likes to do squishies, so she's gonna come and help me and do some videos with her squishies. And so it's really, really cute. She's got a little channel going called Squish Blossom. So, and this bandana is pretty comfortable, a little bit hot for this material, I think. As I'm sitting here talking to you, I can feel the warmth staying in my head. So it'd be good for a colder day, I would say, for this type of material. It's very stiff though. I don't think it's supposed to quite lay like that. It goes to about here and just down. I think I need to make it a little longer. And a little, a little longer, I think, for my next one. And so this material will be drapey more than this one. It'll drape a lot more, I believe. I already can tell compared to when I was working that one up. Sorry for the disturbance there. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna elaborate too much more on my little ideas coming in our near future. This is how what I've gotten so far. Now I'm gonna take it apart and work it with you. Okay, so it's actually a lot easier than the one I have on my head. And I'm thinking to myself, why there are so many like varieties, like when this one was just really, really easy. And yeah, a lot easier for me actually. I didn't even watch the whole video yet. I'm just gonna go with what I think will be coming up because I did watch most of it, I guess you could say. I kind of skipped ahead, you know, and went back, and you know how we do with videos. This one was pretty easy, and this yarn has some, I didn't feel like dealing with it. This yarn has some knots that from the manufacturer, if I said that right. Okay. It's got one going on there. That's them tying in the yarn for the yardage. So there's another one in there too. So, but other than that, it's a good yarn, and it's very lightweight. This one was actually kind of hurting my hands, and it's rough. I mean, it might feel soft right at first, but if you're working with it and it's running through your fingers 100 times, you're gonna feel it. Same with this one, was a bit rough to work with. Even though it's soft right away, but if you're rubbing it 100 times, it's gonna hurt. So gotta be careful of those type of yarns. And honestly, that probably all depends on what kind of project you're doing. If you're doing a fast project, it won't be like too worrisome there. Okay, for this project here, I undid all that just to show you guys. Oh, I ran into a knot. Oh, did it. Cool. I'm gonna wind this back up because, yeah, from previous experience, we do not want to leave it out, especially the thinner yarn. This is a very thin yarn compared to this one. If you can see the difference, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot thinner, and I think it'll drape nicer than the one I have on my head. And I think it should be a lot cooler and everything. Just watching my favorite Ghost Hunters taps. Old shows, but I still like it. I love all those stories. I can't get enough of them. Right there felt a little odd. I think, what is that from? From undoing it. So you have to be careful with some yarns. I notice it will shred them, and they'll become like this, like unwinding through the way they have it at first from the machine or whatever they use to make up this. And that one was already there, that little thing. I didn't feel like cutting it and having all the yarn, having to weave in the ends. So there's another one where they did to tie it on, and then another little one right there. It's not too terrible, but some people may not like that. I wasn't too crazy at first. I just decided, oh well. I weighed out the pros and cons because I don't feel like weaving in all those ends every time. cut it and you start over, you have to add your yarn to your project again. But I really don't like how that turned out. That's unraveling. And I believe that's, look at, that's from doing the frog, from frogging that work. I'm gonna have to probably cut there, I would think, because it's just gonna mess up my project. See how it's just shredded? Look at that. I didn't cut it or anything. All I did was frog it. Let's see how far back it is, and I'll cut right there. And a whole one of these took a whole one of these when I just opened this one for this bandana. That was the other one I had. I have 2 of these, I think. 1.5 because I used some already on my blanket. I mean, I could always reattach this bit that is going, coming off right now. Yeah, that's gonna, I really should just cut that piece before I get too invested in it. The project here. All right. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate you all. Canvas and Yarn. I've had a heck of a time with the name thing again, but it confused someone, so I just decided to change it. And yeah, where's my scissors? My little bag here. Had it here somewhere. Okay, so cut that off there. And we'll have a lot left off there, all that. So we don't have to wind that in a ball, or it'll be a big mess, and I'll just throw it away. See how that piece is all shredded? Not good. All from frogging your work. But that really needed to be, I didn't have to do that, but I did that so I could show you from the start. And I was practicing before I did the video, so I felt confident enough that I could just go ahead and do it, because I already practiced with this one, and it was just a little different is all. A little easier if you ask me. There's all different kinds of patterns out there that are easier more than others, and I just found like it was so close to each other, but just a slight difference of what they did to make it different, and I might explain that in as I go, or I might not. We'll see. That's quite a bit of yarn actually that I just had to undo. I mean, get to that piece. Birdies are happy. They're wide awake. This is their hour that they're usually pretty much chirping all morning, for a few hours or so. And they're not there. Another knot like I showed you. And there. Oh, we still have a lot more to go. Whoops. What the heck? Okay. Yeah. It's tied up in my yarn bowl. I haven't used that in a while either. I've been started using this again. Those are nice. Just had it stashed away. Don't know why I wasn't using it, but too lazy, I guess. I was using my little basket from Japan, and I thought I already got stuff in there. I always find each thing I find to put yarn in, it gets cluttered with more yarn. Then I go to find another thing to put yarn in, and that gets cluttered with more yarn. And so on. So I made that much of a ball. I'll put that in there for now. Okay, so I am using my 4 hook. I can't find my 5, and I only have my 4 and my 6. 4.5, I believe. So is it not dirty? That's from the pencils that I have in my bag here. I'll show you. See, it makes marks on them, and I have, I don't know, too lazy to change out the bag. But anyway. Alright, so what they did was, if I can remember, that'll be a good test for me. If I can remember what I saw without looking back at it. That I was reading, not reading, watching. So I just do my slip knot like this. She did hers different, but they're all the same. It's like 3 ways to do slip knots. That and then over my finger, and you already have the space for the hook, which you put there, and you're done. I had to be careful with this yarn. This yarn is very tedious. Okay. So she chained for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have 4 on our hook. 4 chain 4, and then the last one on our hook. I'm a little stuffy again today, darn it. Then you're going to yarn over because we're doing a double crochet, and it's going to go into this bottom chain, the first chain. Okay, then you'll have a double crochet along with the chain you made, and the chain is going to count for a double crochet. Then you yarn over and you'll insert into that again, and you'll have another double crochet. So she called them clusters. The previous video I watched for this one called them the granny stitch. So cluster, granny stitch, I believe it's all the same. Now the difference was you feel free to go watch their videos, but maybe if you like mine, you can watch both. And you can't have all that fan, I guess, but that's my ASMR. 1, 2, and 3. So you chain 3, then you'll have it like that, and then you turn your work, and you'll be on this side. Okay, then you're going to do 2 double crochets into this stitch here, the first one. So 1 and 2, and that after your second one, that will make 3. So the chain counts as a double crochet. So you have a little design like that going on, okay? And after that, we're just going to do into the space here, the previous chain 3 is right there. And we are going to do 3 double crochets right in that space. So now what I did not pay attention to, I think she said 26 rows. I'm not quite sure. I think that's what it was. We'll see how it goes. The one I have on my head was only 13 rows, but the yarn was different, and I'm thinking that's why this one is different, because it's thicker yarn. And I could have used probably a bigger hook. What might make a difference in the draping. Now see, we have our triangles, our straight edge forming, and it's forming into a triangle. And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Here we go, and we turn our work again. Hopefully I have enough space on my phone for this. Okay, yarn over. We're going to insert into that stitch. Yarn over again, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 more. And now, at this point in time, we're going to go into here, that chain space, okay? So, as we yarned over, we're going to go into it, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. And don't work too tight or too loose. And tension's hard sometimes with different weight and size of yarn. And 3, that's 3. We have a cluster. For this one we'll call it clusters because that's what she did. So yarn over and we're going to insert through here. Work our yarn in there. Okay. I don't know how long this will take for a video, but we'll find out. Yesterday the bandana took me, with watching the video and starting over a few times, probably about an hour. A little longer because I took breaks. That was 3 double crochet into there. 3 double crochets and we're done with that row. Now we will chain 3 again. So 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work, yarn over and insert to the first stitch. 1 and 2 more, yarn over, insert. It could be a slight thing to where I don't think she put it in that space. That's too small of a space. Could have put it into that one, but I like it better here. I think that's what she did though, because it just seems like it'd be too squished right there. Okay. Let's see here. Yarn over, and we're working into this chain space now. Pull your yarn through, yarn over, and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Alright. If you guys have any suggestions that you might want to see of a certain type of craft that would promote sensory and relaxation, let me know. And if I could do it, I'll give it a shot. But I mainly just lean towards what I have on hand. So I have some projects here that I have in mind that'll keep us busy for a little while anyway. And I see a problem, okay? I only did 1. I always do that to myself. Let's undo it. Oh lordy, all the way back. How is that possible? Yeah, I was talking. I have to go back and put 2 more double crochets, or 1 more at least. 1 more double crochet into that. Look at that, all the way back. I was going good too. Oh lordy. I always do that to myself. So I need to put 1 more in there. There's only 1 and I need 2. I think I remember skipping over it now. Luckily it's not too big and I hope I don't have any more of those issues. So 1 more in that one. 1 more double crochet there. Done. Much better now. We are going to work into there. I'll just do it since we've already done it together for the most part. And 2. Everything's sticking to me here. It's too warm. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay. Let me just do this part off camera, okay? And I'll be right back to where we were. Okay, I think this is pretty close to where I was. I think so. So we are going to, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So for this one, it was interesting. we did a stacked single crochet, which made it a double crochet. But for this pattern, it only calls for 1, 2, 3 chains, and then turn your work, and that's what you have there. And then for, I don't want to confuse you too much, you could look up a stacked single crochet is just you do a single crochet and you insert back in to the single crochet on one of the in through one of the edges there, and do another single crochet, and it comes out like a double crochet. Okay, so that was interesting, but yeah, it's fun. I didn't mind doing it, so you can look up that stitch if you like. Okay, so now we're out here. We turned our work. Now we're going to back into this place here. Space, place. And another one. Remember to do 2. I have to remember to do 2 with that chain 3, because the chain 3 is counting as a double crochet. And all we do is just continue on all the way up. I didn't see anything different. I didn't see anything that would, because the one that I did was, let's see. I guess I could take it off my head, but the magic ring, oh no. Here I got ahead of myself. Oh wait, no, I didn't get ahead of myself. But I am talking. So let's not talk right now. I almost messed myself up. Okay. That other bit really isn't that important. Well, I guess it is to me. But we don't have to talk about it. Maybe I could tell you at the end. Okay, so I did 3 double crochets into that one. Now the next chain space. I'm sorry, I have to situate my back. Gets a little tight here. That's another reason why I thought a desk would work, although chairs are not the greatest either, but yeah, it just depends on what I'm doing. I like this pattern though. I like how it works up to a triangle, which is doing like another, it's a granny stitch. Like a type of granny square pattern. And I like granny squares, so this should be no problem. I don't know why that would be. Well, there's different, there are different patterns out there for all kinds of bandanas. This just happens to be the granny stitch or the cluster stitch. They're pretty much the same. I don't see anything different with those. So now I'm back to where I had to wind that up. So now we get to do the double crochets into the space where we had the chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. A little mini triangle shape here. I have to say, what was really cute about her too was, what was it, Lana Crochets, or Lana Crochet. Look her up, she's cute. 1, 2, 3, but she did bandanas for cats. And she has a cat. I don't have a cat, but yeah, that's a cute idea for sure. I could do bandanas for birds. I don't know. That'd be cute. Or for kids, because I got my grandchildren, you know, and like birds. And who else could use a bandana? Oh, you got to be kidding. No, that's right. Yeah. I was threw myself off because of that one. Is that right? Yeah, because we're just worried about going into the space here, because that's why. And yeah, it's gonna be a hot, muggy day today. I could feel it already. Thank goodness for 2 fans. They do need cleaned though. That'll help out a lot. And it's time to do the birdie cage today. So I like to do that later on when it's closer to when my husband gets home. So that way I can just hop in the bath when I'm all done. Because he helps me with all that. He helps me get in and out of the tub. I do have a shower bench I sit on as well. But yeah. Okay, so here we go. Coming along nicely. This yarn works a little faster because I feel like it has a better glide than the one on my head. I had 2 there, so 1 more. So basically, we're just gonna keep working it up to the top, to as wide as you want it. You can measure your head. I just did it again. I'm spacing things out. Look at that, literally. I'm so glad I caught it now. No, my ADHD, I guess. Well, not ADHD. Well, I guess it's all the same these days, but I always had ADD. Attention deficit disorder. All that stuff, you know. But I'm just me, so regardless of all that, it's just how I am. Okay. Once I do things a few times, I get the hang of it just fine. Alright, so I like to show you things as I learn. I think that's the best way to teach people, is to learn right along with you. So we're going to insert into that space there. I had quite a, is this all I had done? I guess so. I thought I had more. It's already off the back to the regular ball, not the wound up part. Okay. 2. And make a habit of checking your work often. 3. If not, after every row or something. That's what I need to start doing again, even though I've said that before. This is a good stretch too, with this stitch. The yarn itself has a little tiny bit. When you work it up, the stretch is good. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to turn our work, insert into that again. Through crochet, I've learned to, starting to learn not to be so hard on myself as well. It's all about learning. Is that the space, or is that the, let's see here, eyes are going nuts here. My eyes should say. Okay, I went under it. You don't want to go under it, you want to go through it. Okay, so this, what do I feel about this thing here being lightweight? And I think that's a good sensory. One thing about yarn is it could provide a lot of sensory, because you got the roughness of this one, you've got the softer ones, you've got all different types of thickness, and the visual of it is always fun to focus on. And watching these variegated yarns are also pretty good for sensory too, through your vision sensory, if that's a thing. And that sounded silly, I don't know why I said that. Anyway, yarn and crochet, and I think knitting, if you knit, all that has a calming effect. And I have stated before in my videos on how it makes me feel, but leaning towards sensory therapy. So I find it very, very therapeutic. And it teaches you patience, which is good, because that is a very important thing to learn. Be patient with yourself. If you can tell me, do you feel the same about yarn as I just mentioned? What does it do for you? Some people, actually, I've seen people get very irritated at yarn, and I myself am guilty. But yeah, that's where you learn little lessons through your journey of yarn. Yeah, I believe crocheting can teach way more than just crochet. Now, do I want to work all this with you guys, or should I pause it here? Because I don't really have a count for you, which I should have, and I don't. I want to say 26 rows. That was the number that sticks in my head there from watching the video. I can always pause it here and work up these, and then find out. So you can start working up at least a lot more to go. You have a lot more to go to keep you busy. So this one is, yeah, that was the difference as well. No, not really the difference. Never mind. I don't know. I'll have to show you in the end, when I can show you the one I have on. I could take it off, but I don't want to take it off yet. It's comfortable right now. Okay, so here's our little triangle so far. I have to pull on it a little bit. And we are on row, see, I don't count the beginning, so you can if you want to, but I don't. Well, I guess I can just count it for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This would be the 5th row if I count the start of it. And it feels really good so far. So let me work up halfway and then we'll get back to you and I'll show you we'll compare to each other's, compared to what I have. And then, what is it? The border of it's really cute. I can't wait to show you that. That's a surprise, so we will see. Okay, I wanted to check back with you. And this is where I'm at so far. And I just remembered why it was different. Because here I'm just going straight across and working my way up, and it's turning into a triangle. But for the other one, we worked on this side. The one I have on my head is what I'm talking about. We worked on this side and we did the corner where you had to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets, and go back to that point. And then we turned our work again. So you would go up here, up, down to there, here, turn your work, go back up, do your thing here again with the granny, what do you call it? I guess a granny corner. And then, yeah, that's what's different. Okay, so this one I'm just doing just straight up. That's why I'm not utilizing the centerpiece here, where the magic ring is. Interesting. Okay, so I still have a lot more to go. I mean, if I'm gonna do for my head, and I wanted it longer than 13 rows anyway. So I'm at let's see. One, two, 3, 4, 5. I'm on my 5th row. Okay, guys, so I wanted to let you know that came into my mind. I'm like, that's what's different. But it's still all working out to a triangle, which is really cool. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to go about 5 more rows. Okay, I've only done 2 more rows since I was on. But I took off this bandana because it's too hot. And then I wanted to measure the difference in sizes so far. And also, this is where the top, we worked up here side each of the angled side, the angle of the triangle. And excuse my tongue gets a little slurred. With this one, we're just working straight up and getting bigger. It still is a triangle. Now I have, let's see here. That's how far I got to go. And I might do a longer one. I think I'll shoot for 20 inches. So I just wanted to come on again. And I'm not too sure if my phone will die or the battery will run out. I mean the memory. Because my phone is full. And so you're just going to keep going through all these till it gets big enough as to what you want. You can measure your head. And then, let's see. I just keep doing that. And the end is a surprise though. I'll save that for the end. The border's very cute. Okay, you can see the difference already in the way it drapes. It's like we got that one and this one. This one's a little thick, but not too terrible. Better for a cold day though, because I got too hot. So I had to take it off. And I took this off. I took off the lanyard too, because that material was bothering me. So if you're sensitive to materials, you can figure out which is not for you. Which material of the yarn is not sensitive to you. Not, not gonna work for you. Now I'm taking longer on this one. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and pop off here for a minute. I just wanted to show you that I took it off and the difference in the size I've got so far. This could fit a cat now. Maybe could fit a cat. I can see a cat in that. That's cute. Okay, let me finish up this. I have at least 10 more to go, and then we'll see from there. Because I'll be 17, and I'll be closer to 20. So I have a smaller head than the other person, so I would imagine all of our head sizes are different. So we have to go with a basic standard size, which would be, I would say 20 inches maybe, or 20 rows, or 20, in between 20 and 25, or 26, I mean. Alright, I will show you soon. Thanks for stopping by my channel, and at Canvas and Yarn. Yeah, and let's see, we'll continue to make this grow. Okay, I am at this point. This is 10 rows. This is 13. Because of the size of yarn, it's a lot shorter. So if I do 13 more, if I do 13 on here, it's gonna be to about, if I do 13 for this one, so 1, 2, 3, about right here of the length of that one. So I'll need to go at least 13. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know, like 6 more rows or 7 or 8 around there to match that. Just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm gonna go back off camera because it's taken me a while to do this. And I took a little nap. So that's the beauty of pausing. You can take some beauty sleep, some beauty nap. Get your beauty sleep while you can. And I don't like the way that looks. Just need to pull it a little bit, stretch it some because of the tension. Changes for me. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to continue on, and I'll get back on here in a bit and do this, the border, okay?